Welcome back, everybody. It's the last call. We were just saying as this was loading up that it was a fun episode with comments. I love actually having people comment. It's I wish we had a regular enough commenting that we could like make that part of the show, like a comments section or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. It's fun having like that feedback and then kind of keep the conversation going and see what other people are thinking besides us because we don't know what the hell we're talking about. We're just
There
trying.
is a delay, which is kind of annoying. It's like almost like a 15 second delay from when we say something to when it gets put on the live stream. So once we do get a comment, we may have moved on to a different topic, and then we put it up on the screen. We have to like backtrack, and
Yeah.
then if we want to get more, but yeah, I still like it. I still like it a lot. And I did that show with Rec Talk, so he's got enough followers on YouTube that he's able to do their live stream, the YouTube's like little thing that they have for it, and people can actually tip through that with the questions. So when they put a comment or a question in there, you don't have to, but they can do it, and they can put money with it. Man, he had people putting like $10 in for a super question or a super comment. I mean, he didn't get a lot of them, but he
Yeah.
probably made 60-70 bucks on doing the one episode. I'm like, that's great.
I think
Cool.
it's Twitch does that, right? So
I think so.
yeah,
Yeah,
I have not done a ton of Twitch stuff because it's actually very annoying to me. But
I've not looked into Twitch at all. I don't know if they have minimums on what you can and can't do because I know YouTube doesn't want like everybody just putting out something to like farming for $1 and $2 comments and crap. So we're not at that level. I think we have to get to 500 subscribers before we can get into that realm,
monetization,
and we're 130.
we'll get there as soon as
Eh,
Georgia State starts winning some damn games.
that would be nice. And doing that Rec Talk thing was kind of cool too, because I feel like it exposes our brand a little bit. I don't think that it's going to get some Ohio State fan to come listen to a Georgia State podcast, but I think it kind of gets us a little bit more attention, maybe some subscribers for things here and there.
Well, having him on our podcast was our best viewed or best listened to podcast last year, wasn't it?
And it was not even close.
Yeah.
Like to say that he got us 10 times more people is
Because he was
still
out
not.
there pushing it. He was out there telling people about
Yeah.
it and yeah, like marketing it just as much. And
Yeah.
he's got a much larger audience.
Yep.
So
Yep. He does a good job. It's a really good job. And he'll do like the solo thing where he just like talks to the camera on his own. I don't think I could ever talk about Georgia State and just talk to the camera by myself.
yeah.
I
I can't even. I tried to do a political podcast at some point. I had a script, and I would like not read it necessarily, but like I tried to just do that, like a one person talking, and I just hated it. I hated it so much, and I was like,
it was
"This
like
is
work.
stupid." I was like, Why am I doing this? I wouldn't listen to this, so why would I put it out there for other people to listen to?
Well, you got to think about all these social media things, all these creators and influencers and people that are just like talking to the camera. Like, think about it. Like when you're watching this and you're enjoying it, like take yourself out of that and put yourself on the other side of the camera watching this person. They're getting all upbeat and talking to the camera like it's their best friend, but it's just a little green dot on a
Yeah,
laptop.
it's
I, I
weird.
I mean, there's people that can do it and there's people that can't do it. That's not my
Yeah.
thing. I
But
can talk
even
about
even that kind of content, I don't love just listening to somebody monologue about something, you know?
it's not reading it off a page. At least it's got to be freestyling.
Yeah. Yeah. Some
And
people are better at it, but I still am just like I would rather hear you bouncing ideas off of each other and like learning and changing minds and talking like discussing things, you know? That's I'm more interested in that.
oh, then that's the big thing about like going back to like old school radio. The everybody like sports talk radio. You have two or three guys on there always, and people are always taking differing opinions. Like something maybe seem completely obvious to you, but you listen to these guys and one guy always takes the other side because that makes for good radio is to have
Yeah.
that conflict, always
Yeah.
arguing that pro and the con on every subject, which I think we do a pretty good job of that. But then I think that we're also really on the same page on so many things. So we're doing this like, well, that sucks. What do you think? I think it sucks too. Well, what do you think? I also think that. Like, all right, cool. Next subject.
I could just like Leroy Jenkins it though and just be like, I love it.
Yeah, there you go. I don't like it. I love it.
Yeah. That's fine. I'll try to remember that. I won't remember that, but I'll try.
There's no way in the world you'll remember that.
Yeah.
So it is funny. I know that I forget a lot of the shit we talk about every week, but it does amuse me when something comes up in the group chat the following week talking about something, and I'm like, dudes, we talked about that. We did 20 minutes on that subject, and we're talking about it right now in this group chat as if we never said a word about it before.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And
and
I know
I say the same thing. You know, I brought up with something that I talked about last week, this week,
yeah,
because I'm like, I
yeah.
don't know. I'm like, this sounds familiar. I think I said that into this mic.
Yeah, it
Oh
happens.
well,
It happens. What are you gonna do, right?
it's all right. We'll just keep trying.
Yeah, I will be back next week. I think I'm only gonna have a conflict with 1 week this summer on doing this, so that'll be coming up like at July 4th July 4th week.
Yeah, I have a conflict. I'm gonna be in Texas, visiting
They
Texas
have internet
State.
down there.
I'm trying to think of when it is actually. Oh yeah, no, it's July. It's the week after that for you.
Okay.
I'll be gone.
Well,
Like
I mean,
July
I'll
12th.
still be able to do the podcast. I think I'll have to find a place in my in-laws
Yeah.
to do it. So I did reach out to. So we got acknowledged as being the best Georgia State podcast this year by some Twitter account. So he put a list out of all the best podcasts for every college football program. So I used that to my advantage to find a Vandy and Memphis and Ole Miss, Vandy, Ole Miss, and Memphis podcast to try to talk to. I know you're not a huge fan of getting the other podcasters on here to talk about the games, but I think for out of conference, it makes it a little bit more fun because it's typically a one-off. We don't play them very often.
I'm a
So
fan of it. I just don't want it to be as much of an interview. I want it to be more of a discussion, if that makes sense.
right,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
but
So,
I mean,
yeah,
I feel like this episode was you interviewing me basically because I didn't bring anything.
well, so have you seen that? Have you seen that social media trend? And I say social media, I mean TikTok because that's all I really look at, where they do the like, I'm dad and I paid for the movie, and like I'm Angela, I picked the movie. Like I'm
Mhm.
mom, like I'm dad, I paid for the concessions. I'm Angela, and I picked the theater or whatever it was. I'm mom. I want us to do it. I want us to do a state of Atlanta thing where I'm like, I'm David and I manage the live stream, and Tim, like, I submit ideas for posts to our group, and then I'm Ryan. I'm David and I do this, and I'm Tim and I do this. I'm Ryan.
I have lots of great insight during the episode. All right. I
Well,
occasionally
we could actually
respond to the group chat.
so we should. I'm actually thinking of yeah. That's a one. Tim. I'm Tim, and I actually respond to the group chat. No, maybe now you give me a new idea. I think we do this and we do it in that same style of what I just described, whatever. But whereas before I was just thinking you saying I'm Ryan every time and kind of like, the exact same clip or whatever. Maybe now you're getting frustrated. Like I'm Ryan and it cuts you off. Fuck. And like I'm Ryan and it cuts you off again. By the end of it, you're like, I'm fucking through with this. And you're like,
Fuck you guys.
like that kind of funny. Maybe we can work on that while I have a couple of weeks of downtime.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
Cool.
yeah. I was gonna say something else about what we were talking about, but I forget what it was now. What were we talking about for the I'm Ryan thing? I don't know.
Yeah. No clue.
I'm sure it was hilarious. So yeah,
Probably good, man.
yeah, I think so. I was bummed to find out that Fantastic Four and Superman aren't coming out until July. I thought they were coming out in June because I was looking forward to going seeing those in the next couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
sucks. I still haven't seen the
Thunderbolts.
yeah, because it's still not in HD on my Hacka thing. What?
It's a good one. It's fun.
I did watch Sinners though. Which have you seen that?
I
Did you watch that?
I have not seen that, but I have heard that there are many Buffalo Bills fans that are not happy about it
Buffalo. Why? What?
because Haley Steinfeld, whatever her name is, the Haley chick, the girl, whatever. Apparently, something happens with her and was it Michael B. Jordan in the movie, and they
Yeah.
feel like it's disrespectful to Josh. She's engaged to Josh Allen, the quarterback of the Bills.
I don't know why that has to do with anything.
I don't know. I haven't seen it, but they said
Oh,
that I don't know the way he kissed her or the relationship they had or I don't know whatever the interaction. I
it's a
don't know.
movie.
I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet. It's
Oh,
Bills fans. Bills fans. I mean, they're fucking called the
so
mafia.
you're not supposed to mess with the quarterback's girlfriend slash wife, whatever she is,
I
because
don't. You know,
that's weird.
like I said, it's Bills fans. I don't know.
Well, they're not Philly
That's all I know
fans,
about
dude. Like,
it. Philly fans are the worst. The only Philly fan I like, well, the only Philly fans I like are Jason Kelsey and his wife because they're
I,
entertaining.
I didn't realize that it was a horror movie.
Ah,
I had no
yeah.
idea. So it started getting to the horror part, and we're like, oh, because it's very it's very From Dusk Till Dawn, right? Like the first half of the movie is
Yeah.
not horror at all, and
Or Hostel. Did you ever watch Hostel?
yeah. That's basically
It's
like
like,
softcore porn for the first half, and then
oh
it's
yeah, the first
torture porn.
45 minutes or hour, whatever. You're just kind of like, this is like Euro Trip or some crap. Like this
Yeah,
is fucking fantastic.
yeah.
And then it's like, what the fuck just happened?
I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's a good movie.
this isn't what I thought I was signing up for, but I guess here we are.
I mean, I knew Hostel. I knew the concept of Hostel was like, they go there and then shit happens, but you go so far with it being fun and lighthearted and comedic and like you said, softcore porn. You're just enjoying it, and then like when the shit goes south, you're kind of like, oh, I was taken out of my element. I was not prepared for this now. So
Yeah,
yeah.
From Dusk Till Dawn, I think the first half of that movie, because it was even directed by Quentin Tarantino for the first half, and then Robert Rodriguez for the second half. And
Oh, is that how they did it?
yeah, and Quentin Tarantino's bit, I think it's a phenomenal movie. And then like the vampire
Mhm.
part, like it's fine, it's cool, it's okay, you know. But like the Quentin Tarantino part, I'm like, this is
It's
actually a
funny to
good
say that
movie.
because like I've only seen it one time, I think, and I definitely saw it as like almost like two different movies. Like I was watching one movie that I was really enjoying, and then all the vampire shit happened, and I was kind of like, "Where the fuck did this come from?" And it seemed like a different movie,
It's
so that
two
makes sense. There,
directors. So, yep.
I did not realize it was two directors. So that
Yeah,
I
and
kind of
then
want to go watch that.
Sinners. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's two directors, but it's very similar in that the first half of the movie is just stands on its own, and the second half is stands on its own. Like you could just have those two movies by themselves, probably. The first half would need some sort of conflict, I think, but
Have you ever watched a movie and it like or had some or watched a movie like you had never seen before and you said, "Oh," to somebody, "Oh, I wanted to watch this movie. Let's watch this one." And they say, "Okay." And then you watch it and the movie took a turn that you had no idea that it was gonna take, and you're kinda like, "I didn't mean to make you watch this movie."
yeah, I just told you I watched this. I watched Sinners over. No,
Okay, so that one I'm looking up, is a Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie that he did. I forget what it's called. And I'm watching I had we had a Kim and I had a friend over, Don John. Movie called Don John, and I was like, "Oh, it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I like him. I saw this
he's
movie
like
about him."
sleazy in it, right?
Well, yeah, I'm like, "Let's watch it. Let's watch it, Georgia." And it's like it was Kim and then another a female friend of ours, whatever. And like, not long into the movie, it just becomes that he's obsessed with masturbation, and
Yeah.
I'm like, Kim was like, "Why did you want to watch?" I'm like, "I didn't know that I was watching a movie about a guy being obsessed with masturbation. Like, that's not why I wanted to watch it. I just the trailer looked way. I think I actually made her watch the trailer afterwards. Like, see, I didn't know this movie was about this.
The first time I watched that show, Big Mouth, I think it's called Big Mouth, right? On Netflix. It's all about
Mhm.
sex education basically, but very adult oriented. And
Yeah,
I knew that, but I didn't know kind of where it would go. And we watched it.
yeah.
I watched it with like Laurie when we were married, and we had like somebody at the house, and we were like, "Oh, let's just try this out." And I
Mm.
was like, "This is the most awkward shit to watch in front of somebody who's not like your partner."
I put that on. I put that on because I heard the same thing. I was, "Oh, it's foul mouth," and I'm like, "Oh, foul mouth animation.
That's
I
fine.
like that." I
Yeah.
put it. I put it on and I watched an episode. I think I was maybe the second episode, and then Kim got home from whatever she was doing. It was like she'd gone out for a girls' night or something, and she pulled up, and I'm like, I'm turning this off. I'm not prepared for her to walk into the house and just hear this show on right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's got, like, his pet dicks, that are,
I
like,
mean,
little
not that I was
puppies.
hiding it from her. I immediately told her about it when she got home. Like, I was watching this show. It was fucking. Have you watched Bad Thoughts on Netflix yet?
I did, I watched, like, half of it before I was like, "I don't think I even like this very much," and then I was like, "But I've already watched this much, I need to keep watching it." So I did. I
I,
watched
I've
all of
I've
it.
watched I've watched like 2 or 3 episodes so far, and I put it on because it's Tom Segura, and I
Yeah.
love Tom Segura. He's hilarious. I find him hilarious.
I don't know a lot about him, so I just know that he does the podcast with Bert Kreischer, so
Right? Yeah, he's another comedian. He's really funny, and as a
yeah.
lot of people, out of the two of them, a lot of people consider him the comedian and Bert like the fake storyteller that laughs at himself, which
Okay.
is fair. And yeah, so I just put it on while Kim was like, crocheting or doing some bullshit on the couch, and she's like, "What are you watching?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's a Tom Segura show."
It
And
goes a
she's like,
little off the
and
rails
she's,
a few times,
yeah,
and
she's
I'm
like,
like,
"You watch weird shit." I'm like, "I don't know, babe. It's just a Tom Segura thing." And like this went on for like the 2 or 3 episodes that we watched, and then finally she goes, "Who's Tom Segura?" I was like, "He's Bert Kreischer's best friend." She's like, "Oh, that makes sense." Like that explained everything to her.
I don't know. I still was sorta like, I did like
It's
the bit,
weird.
when it's like the midget and it's like the M word and the N word and which one's worse or whatever, and they're
Oh,
like,
I don't think I've gotten to that episode.
oh, they basically he's playing himself on a plane, and people are
Okay.
like, "Oh, I think you're hilarious," especially that joke about, and it's like something really awkward, and then like
Yeah.
everyone around's like, "Did you say that?" And he's like, yeah, but like it was a joke, And he's like, "Oh, you get to joke about that?" Like it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Well, the parody of Garth Brooks which I thought was pretty funny because apparently if you pay attention to Segura's podcast, he has this long going beef with Garth Brooks. So that was like meta funny as well.
Ah,
So
yeah.
yeah. He
Does
I
Garth Brooks
think
know that there's a beef?
yeah, because Garth Brooks is like blocked him like on all social media and stuff. I think it started out as a joke that he's just running with now. But if it's not a joke and Tom Segura fully believes everything he's saying, if Tom Segura is right, then Garth Brooks is a serial killer because he says that deaths follow Garth Brooks tours. If you look up homicide rates in cities, every time Garth Brooks has a show, homicide rates go up, and he believes that Garth Brooks is a serial killer.
Well, he'd have to be killing quite a few people at the city to bump up the number of,
I guess
like
I should say homicide rates, but like missing persons. There's always like a missing person that happens like when Garth Brooks gets to town.
mm.
But I think the
He
root
does
of it
have friends
really
in low places. I don't know if that's
may
Garth Brooks,
I
but
think I mean the real root of it is he just talks about how awkward Garth Brooks. We talked about talking to the camera, doing social media posts and everything, and like Garth Brooks is not that kind of guy. He just kind of comes across as like creepy when he does it. And I think it's the whole root of it. And he's like, "Oh, this guy seems like a serial killer." And then someone said, "Yeah, actually, missing persons go up whenever he's in town." And they kind of
might
ran with
be.
it.
Yeah.
Eh? So, and I think part of the whole Chris Gaines thing being that alter rock star ego was part of the whole deal.
Mm.
So anyhow, the Garth Brooks parody, what was it, Rex Henley? He called him in the
Oh,
show.
yeah. Oh, I didn't when you said that, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I do remember that bit now. That was funny.
Mhm.
That was good. It's like the camp, like, the torture camp, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, the old Wild Wild West like movie set turned into torture camp for
Yeah.
like, give me something that bothers you.
Yeah.
Truck, my truck broke down. Like I like that. I like that. And then the VR thing where it's like shitting between the guy's legs to open a portal to get out of the zombie universe or whatever it was.
They keep going with that bit. There's, like,
Oh, do
another
they?
bit
Okay.
later that's about the VR thing, and it's got the Sopranos kid in it too, again.
That was that first opening bit where he's in the office room, the office meeting boardroom,
Yeah.
and he's unzipping files and checking things out. And
He's not.
No. I have carpal tunnel, so I was using the oral movements to move files with my tongue, like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
I'm probably gonna watch some more of that when we get out of here.
I really did, like, I swear to God, I got, like, halfway through and I was like, "I think I don't like this."
I
I
wasn't
really hoped I
laughing.
was. I
I
would.
wasn't. It's one of those things where I'm laughing about watching it now with you, but
Yeah,
when I was watching it, I was just as taken back as Kim was. I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, what?
yeah.
Like, and then I think part of it also was like, I bet he showed Bert this, and Bert was crying, laughing at how hilarious it was. Like it's like he was making something for Bert.
He's like, "You're gonna put this out in the world? Yeah, you do." Like, that's what's funny, not the bits at all, just the fact that this now exists on Netflix
He's
and
like,
thousands.
I can hear Bert, and it's like, "Your kids are gonna see this."
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so, it's funny because, like, I had watched, like, the very first bit, which is the assassin guy,
Mhm.
that
Oh,
shits
yeah.
himself. Um,
Wait,
it was like
that was kinda funny.
it was like a VP at my company who brought it up and was like, at lunch one day and was like, "Oh, have you guys heard of this thing?" I'm like, "Why are we talking about this?" Like, "What's happening right now?"
Bring up the first episode of Black Mirror next, alright?
This
I
is
did bring up in a meeting, I forget, this was, like, when, COVID, I guess, had first started and the company had just gone to, uh, remote work and everything, and, like, so the 2nd season of The Boys came out. Did you watch The Boys?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, that 2nd season, they kinda start off with a character that can shrink down, and he shrinks down inside of the dude's whatever
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
whatever,
don't do that. Ugh.
and then whatever. Yeah, so I just kinda make a comment, and I was like, I can't talk about the that was part of our thing is because it was all remote and we didn't see each other regularly. It was like, "What are you watching on Netflix right now?" And I was like, "Well, I started watching the 2nd season of Boys, and, that first 15 minutes, that episode is." He's like, "Well, what happens?" I'm like, "I am not
I don't
able to
Yeah,
discuss this on a work call,
yeah.
but I would say, like, you don't have to watch the 1st season. You don't have to watch the rest of this episode. Just watch the first 15 minutes of this episode and you'll understand why I'm so disturbed by it." And then like my boss messaged the group like 12 hours later. He's like, "Yep, David was right. Don't watch that."
But the first 15 minutes of the first episode in the first season
Oh yeah, it's great.
is epic. It is also, like, insane, but it's
Yeah.
like, when it happened, I paused it. I think I went back and, like, I had to rewatch it and be like, "The fuck did I just watch?"
Liquefies the woman.
Yeah. Like, "What just happened?"
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Boys is good. Boys is good. All right. I think we've talked long enough on this bullshit.
yeah,
So,
probably.
all right. Thanks, Brian, for listening. We'll talk to you next week, probably with Tim, and who knows what the fuck it'll be about. So say goodbye, guy.
Goodbye, guy.